Antonio Harvey, a former NBA player of the Vancouver Grizzlies, tells the story. The Grizzlies, at home, are winning the game against Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. The Grizzlies are up by 8 points with only 10 minutes left in the game. Michael Jordan is having a really rough night. He's only 4 for 16 from the field all game long. One of Antonio's teammates, Derek Martin, who had been with Michael in Los Angeles when Michael was filming the movie Space Jam, Derek decides, because there's only 10 minutes left in the game and the Grizzlies are up by 8, Derek decides to taunt Michael. He yells to Michael from the Grizzlies bench, "Hey, Mike, your shiitake is not falling tonight, Mike. You're having an off night, Mike." Mike walks up to the Grizzly bench where Derek is and says, "Really?" Then Michael, who is having an off night, goes lights out on the court. Michael scores 24 points in under 10 minutes, 3 times as many as he did the entire game up to that point, 3 times in 1/5 of the time. On his last jump shot, Michael gets the ball on the post, he does his famous MJ rush at the key, then suddenly pulls up and a fadeaway jumper. And it's nothing but net. The Bulls go up by 6 points with only seconds left. Michael, while trotting back to the defense, passes the Grizzly bench, points at Derek and says, "Shut up, you little beach," although he didn't use the word beach. Human motivation is a funny thing. Sometimes the best motivation there is, the best thing to wake you up from a funk, to jerk you from having a rough day, a rough week, a rough year, a rough career, is to have somebody put defibrillator paddles on your chest and hit you with them shocking bolts of trash talk. In a conversation with Peyton Manning, he confessed, sometimes if the opponent didn't say anything to make us mad, we just made it up, so we'd have something to prove wrong. Tom Brady, back in 2018 when he was with the New England Patriots, knew that his team had gotten complacent. Being a 5-time Super Bowl champion, they'd lost their fire to fight. So he said, live on air, in an on-field interview with the cameras rolling, quote, "Yeah, I know everybody thinks that we suck and, can't win any games. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun," with daggers in his eyes. Then he perpetuated this underdog, prove the bastards wrong attitude throughout his locker room, and they turned their season around and won the Super Bowl again. This phenomenon is proven out through extensive research by the McDonald School of Business at Georgetown University and the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. They found in 2 separate studies that participants in a competition who were targets of trash talking outperformed participants who faced the same economic incentives but were not targets of trash talking. This isn't only in sports, but also in the workplace. Over 57% of those interviewed at Fortune 500 companies admitted to using or being motivated by trash talking from other peers or rivals. Now that you know that trash talking can be motivating, let me help you use it right, because using it wrong can have devastating consequences. Let me explain. Number 1, use it to motivate you. Like MJ, use somebody else's trash talking to shock you into intense focus, to get your fire relit, burning hot, to punch you into that high gear that you've got, but maybe needed a booster shot to get into. I know some of the greatest sources of my motivation throughout my life is when somebody told me that I couldn't, or that I shouldn't, or that I wasn't good enough to do something. I bet that's probably true for many of you as well. Number 2, use it to motivate others. There are members of my team that I know are motivated by telling them what they can't do, by setting a really high bar and trash talking them to whether they can reach it or not. Maggie is one. You want to light Maggie up like a forest fire? Tell her that she can't do something, can't reach a goal, or can't achieve something. It's like yanking on a bull's doohickey mama and then opening up the gate. You're going to want to get out of the way of that snorting, charging Mad Maggie bull. Another is Brenda. Brenda is a sweet, kind, and compassionate leader. And Brenda is also a brutally ferocious competitor. You do not want to be between Brenda and her goalpost. You will end up with cleat marks on your forehead. Now, number 3. The flip side of this is some people are not motivated by trash talk. Take Kylie or Seth, for instance. If you trash talk either of them, it's not going to motivate them. It's just going to hurt their heart. So, be emotionally intelligent enough to know who is positively motivated by and who is negatively demotivated by trash talking. And 4, the last point is critical to note when applying trash talk to a competitor. Don't be as dumb as Derek Martin, whose team had the Bulls down and the rare good fortune of finding the GOAT on an off night, and then trash talk to him. Oh man, no you didn't. You just poured high-octane jet fuel directly into the fiery furnace of his airness. You just shook David Banner and woke the Incredible Hulk. Now, Shitaki's gonna get ugly. You gotta be smart enough to know who you don't kick when they're down. So tell us, Darren Daily community, who has ever trash talked you that fired you up to open up a can of whoop ass on someone or some project? And or do you notice how some of your peers, colleagues, and even children are positively motivated by challenges and trash talking, while others are not? It's good to identify those distinctions. Trash talking is powerfully motivational as a tool applied the right way to the right people at the right time. So jot down your observations in your Darren Daily Journal and share your distinctions in the comments below. Hey, my Darren Daily friends. I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you. Your being part of this global community, this Better Everyday movement, means the world to me and our A-team. And we just wanted to let you know and say thanks. In a world that wants to convince you that things are scary, dark, and scarce, your presence here is the solution. Huddling together each morning so that we can reset and recharge before we set out into the world helps each of us to be that beacon of hope. The beacon of abundance and positivity that will ripple throughout the world. It takes each of us to improve the lives of all of us. So thank you for your presence. Thank you for your commitment to better every day.